Welcome to lesson 3 of your op style experience, how to op shop like a pro. So far in this experience, you learn what you value most in your clothes, what your style personality profile is, and the type of outfits that really inspire you. Now, understanding your relationship with your clothes and your purchasing patterns, why you purchase what you do and how you purchase them, what you truly value, what styles light you up, are all things that you really need to know if you truly want to harness the power of pre-loved fashion to create that perfect wardrobe. So clarity around your closet, around your clothes, is really even more important in the world of pre-loved than when you're buying new. At least that's what I believe. I've been shopping this way for most of my life. And many of my clients are pre-love obsessed, but they still have closets full of clothes and feel like they have nothing to wear because they really don't know how the world of pre-love can best serve them and their wardrobe needs. So by doing this experience, you will have gained insight into who you are and what best serves you in the world of fashion in general, and then we can apply that to the pre-loved world. So we're going to go over 5 important keys that will help you maximize your chances of finding the good stuff and those perfectly good finds that you love. And I believe one of those keys to start off is mindset. So your beliefs around secondhand shopping will absolutely impact how successful you are. And shortly after I moved to Australia, I shared with someone, just in passing, that the majority of my clothes is pre-loved. And her response was, "You could have knocked me over with a feather when you told me that most of your clothes was pre-loved." I was really, really surprised because I've shopped this way for most of my life. And it's not that I don't share that with people. I guess it's because I've been doing it for so long that I just thought it was common knowledge that I shop this way. I'm very open about it. And maybe I thought that it was the way lots of people shopped, but I'm beginning to understand that that's not really the case. You know, I'm often complimented on my outfits, and I do tell them where I purchase them if it's an op shop, and I often tell them how much I paid for them. It's actually, I love to be able to say that I got this designer bag for this much. And a lot of the times people will say to me, "I can never find anything in op shops," and it really puzzles me because I'm the opposite. I could never get out of an op shop with nothing if my life depended on it. And then I got to thinking why their experience is so much different than mine. And I realized that it's other people's perceptions of op shopping that impacts their experience and what they find. And so I want to explore your beliefs for a moment because that's really key. If you're finding that you're not successful going into an op shop, it's probably what you're expecting. So I'd like you to jot down in your notebook the first few words that come to your mind when I say used clothes or pre-loved clothes or thrifting or op shopping. And take a look as to whether or not those words are negative, positive, or if they're just neutral. This is important because you will find exactly what you expect. If you expect nothing, that is exactly what you'll get. If you think op shops are filled with junk, then that's what you will see when you walk through the door of every single op shop. And as a result of that, it will be hard for you to see anything else because what you see is, perception is everything. You know, I always anticipate treasures when I walk through the door of an op shop. It doesn't matter where it is. It could be in, as people would say, a really affluent part of the city, or it may be less affluent. It doesn't matter whether that op shop is beautifully merchandised or whether it's a hodgepodge of racks jammed together. I always find something. And changing your mindset will change what you find. So that's number 1. Number 2, make secondhand your first choice always. Op shopping for me is like a religion. It's a lifestyle. If I need anything, or if any of my family members need anything, my first inclination is to find it secondhand. And this extends beyond clothing. It could be furniture. It could be crockery. Do you know how much crockery is out there in op shops? I don't know why anybody would ever buy anything new. It could be dog toys. It could be books. It could even be musical instruments for my kids. I would like to share a couple of recent examples of how op styling is a lifestyle for me and for my family. So my husband Nick last year broke his Ray-Bans, and he loved these Ray-Bans, and he's always takes care of his things, but the lens fell out. So he asked me if I would source another pair for him, and he was willing to wait for them because he understands how the op shop thing works. And he did have other glasses. He's got more casual glasses that he uses when he goes to the beach or for sport or hanging out on the weekends. So he wasn't desperate to get a pair. It did take me about 3 months, but I did find the perfect pair at my favorite salvos here in Perth. It was a pair of like new Emporio Armani in their original pristine case for $50. These sunglasses would retail for about $250 here in Australia. He was really, really, really happy with the find. Even our children think pre-loved before retail. Our son wanted to purchase an Apple Watch about a year and a half ago. He wanted to purchase it with his birthday money. So together we looked at some secondhand shops and some buy and sell sites over about a 4-month period. And sure enough, he found the perfect Apple Watch for him. Most importantly, it was at the perfect price. Because had he not purchased secondhand or previously loved, his budget would have had him buying another brand that he wasn't as happy with. This way, he got the quality of the product that he wanted at the price that he could afford. Number 3 is to be organized and have a plan and have a list. Now, keep in mind that with op shopping, the plan is to be flexible. Stock in a secondhand shop is varied and unpredictable, and the chances you will find the item or items on your list in your very first time out in the very first store is highly unlikely. However, if the plan is to find a pair of sunglasses like I did for my husband, when or exactly how that happens is uncertain. So I focus on the item, not when or where I'll find it. I just know, always know, that I will find it. So keep an op shopping list just like you keep a grocery shopping list. So as soon as you need something, write it down. I'm in op shops lots, so I always have a running list. Nick needed a pair of sunglasses. They went on my op shopping list. Number 4 is time. Time is your friend when you op shop. One of the reasons I was successful in sourcing Nick's sunglasses was because I gave myself time to find the perfect pair. He also realized that time was going to be his friend. Now, it took me about 3 months. Now, if you're an immediate gratification kind of gal, this will be difficult for you. But if you want to find the perfect pieces at the perfect price, this is non-negotiable. Remember, you are not shopping at David Jones or the Bay or Myer where items are perfectly merchandised. That is part of the price of paying retail. In op shops, it takes time to source these wish list items. So the moral of the story, make time your friend. So I once heard that patience is a form of action. And if you want to dress like $1 million on a shoestring budget, it is critical to be patient. So that's the next one. Finding those designer pieces at bargain basement prices requires patience, which is the next key. Not only the patience to wait to find that item, which could be weeks or months, but also patience to treasure hunt. Walking into any secondhand shop can be overwhelming, really overwhelming. And if you do not have the patience to navigate the often overcrowded maze of clothing racks, you are likely to turn and run away. I've had clients who want to turn and run away. That's why I do what I do. It's why I shop with and for clients. Do not expect a boutique experience when you hit the op shops. Items will not be elegantly merchandised or accessorized, so you must take the time to look and the patience to sift through. Otherwise, you will absolutely miss out on something spectacular. So put aside a reasonable amount of time for your op shopping excursions, ducking into a Goodwill or a Salvos or a Good Sammy for a couple of minutes the day before your event to find the perfect dress does not usually end well. Your plan will play out over time, and you must have the patience to let go and let it happen. My final tip for you to finding the good stuff is to always try it on, if at all possible. Sizes, styles in an op shop are often varied, they're unpredictable, as are the chances of garments being flawed in some way. So if you want to make sure you do not overlook something sinister, like a hole, or something amazing, always be open to trying it on. One last important reason to try it on is that most op shops have an exchange-only policy. And while I know that I will always use a credit and exchange for something, having to bring something back can be a deterrent for people who are just starting out op shopping. So try it on so that you can make the best possible decision. Now, if you're playing in the online pre-loved world, if that's where you intend to play, to shop, the rules are a little different. You can't try it on. However, be sure to know your measurements. I recommend getting them done by a tailor or someone who knows what they're doing. Many online sites either have measurements included in the product description, or they are more than willing to be able to provide those. Also be sure that they have a good refund policy online so that you can return it if it's not satisfactory. Now, filling your closet with beautiful brand name and designer fashions from secondhand and op shops takes the right mindset. It takes time, it takes patience, but it is absolutely worth it. The payoffs are numerous. You get high quality clothing and accessories. You get variety and versatility in your wardrobe. You get affordability, absolutely. You're not going to have that buyer's remorse or shopping guilt. And the sustainable fashion practices associated with this type of shopping will reduce your carbon footprint. It's really a win-win all around. So what I'd like you to do for this lesson is to start making a list of the items that you require or desire. So far, in the lessons that you've done so far, you've probably already identified gaps in your wardrobe. And so you want to write those down. And as we work through the experience and we have our OpStyle consultation and our wardrobe edits, we will too identify gaps, and we will add this to the list as we work through your whole experience. But for now, you're going to want to write down that list, make the list. When you have a list, it's in the forefront of your mind, and I believe it's easier to find, it's easier to manifest. So with that, I just want to say congratulations on all of your efforts so far with the lessons. Once you've completed this lesson and you've made your list, you are now ready to book your OpStyle consultation. So there is a button just below the to-do list on this page, on this website. You click it, you book in your 60-minute OpStyle consultation. And if you're local, we can do that in person. If you are not local, we can certainly do that through Zoom. And I look forward to OpStyling with you to sort your wardrobe and to help you rid your life of wardrobe worries once and for all. So it's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you in the OpStyle consultation.